Safe rooms. Does anybody have a safe room? Does anybody know what a safe room consists of? A couple people, you've read about it, you think about it. A safe room, in my opinion, is somewhere in your home that you can retreat to if the skin of the building or the skin of your home has been compromised. If they have gotten this far, where am I going to go now? And in your daily situation, you know, you hear noise, somebody's broken your house. A lot of us have this romantic idea that we're going to grab our gun, we're going to grab our M4 with our chest rig, it's got 18 magazines on it, and our flashlight, and we're going to go clear our house. You know, we're going to go do CQB in our own home. Most of the training that I do in my current job, a lot of it involves CQB, close quarters combat. And you would be surprised how many people it takes to clear a room this size effectively. Now, you think about, you're going into your own home. Yes, you know where everything's at, or you should, but it's dark, and you've got a flashlight, and all you heard was a noise, and you're going to investigate. Does anybody see the folly in that? That's right. That's right. You're going into an unknown. You're going into unknown. You're leaving a known situation, going into an unknown situation. Now, the only thing that would stop me from doing that is if my children are on the other side of the house. The first thing you're going to have to determine in your heart is that nobody's going to get my kids, nobody's going to get my wife. I will die before that happens. So I understand that. But in our situation, it was just me and my wife. I'm in a room. I have firearms. I have a door. He's got to come through that door to do me any harm. He can steal, I'll call law enforcement, he can steal whatever he wants out there. If we're safe, I'm happy. A lot of people have this romantic idea that, you know, I'm going to blow somebody away in my house and it's just going to be great and blah. Apparently you don't know much about the legal system in this country. The last thing you want to ever have to do is fire on or kill another human being. And if you think that this class is going to be about that, then I'm sorry, because that is a last resort. Killing another human being is a last resort, and it should be viewed that way. You should be prepared to do it if it comes down to that, but you want to have everything else in place that will prevent that person from gaining entry into your home. Now, with the safe rooms, I pretty much consider my bedroom a safe room. We also have a closet, and we are modifying that closet right now because I have a basement where if my wife is at home or I'm at home and the threat is too great, and with all the weapons and the dogs and the shotguns and the body armor can't take care of it, we go into that room, drop down a ladder, down into the basement, and exit the home. So everything you want to do should be setting up so you don't have to fire that weapon. And we will get to weapons in a minute, and I will go over the type of weapons you want to look at. I know a lot of people come up, what do you recommend for, I'm a first-time gun buyer, what's the best rifle, things like that, and we will get into that. And actually, that's our next. The arsenal. Is it your first option or is it your last resort? And I kind of just covered that, but you do want to look at it as a last resort, but a viable resort if necessary. Proper weapon selection. Who here owns an M4 or an M16 or some version thereof? Oh, cool. Usually it's a lot more people. That seems to be the thing nowadays is everybody wants to, you know, the gun that killed Osama bin Laden or whatever. You see them out at the range. We go and shoot quite a bit. And I'll see a guy or a woman or whoever, and they got this really cool tricked out M4, and they sit down on the bench, they prop it up, they put a big magazine in it, and they just shoot round after round after round after round as fast as they can. Not only is that bad as far as training and you're developing bad habits, but what good are you doing? You're not. Wasting ammo. Wasting ammo, exactly. When I first started writing for the magazine, Ed wanted me to do an article on shotguns. And some of you may have read it, maybe not. I would suggest a shotgun to be the first firearm you buy if you don't already own one. You know, unless you're old or infirm and you can't handle one, I suggest a shotgun. And the reason being is a shotgun, I can hunt with it. I can, take game. It's the best thing you're going to have within 75 yards in a combat situation. So it's not, and you can get the ones that are all tactical out and high speed, low drag and everything, but just a good old-fashioned pump shotgun, 870, will do most of the things you need to do. And there are some upgrades you can do to it to make it a little more effective, extended magazines and things like that. But I would get a shotgun. After that, a handgun. And when you start buying these things, it's been a real journey between me and my wife trying to figure out what's the best for me and what works for her. She does shoot firearms. I taught her how to shoot. We've done a lot of training together. And she can shoot my M1A, but it's not her favorite. And we're still looking for the perfect weapon to fit her. And that's what you have to do. You have to look at, what am I trying to accomplish with this weapon? How effective is it going to be at doing that? And can I handle the weapon? If you're properly trained, I don't care if you have a single-shot shotgun, if you practice with it, you can be very effective with a single-shot shotgun. It's not the coolest, it's not the best, but you can do it. I get tired of people trying to sell you all with this mentality of, I've got to look like Ricky Recon to defend my home. I have to have the latest $300 pack. I have to have, the chest rig with all the stuff on it, because you don't have to do it. Less is more. In the military and where I'm at now, every time our command tries to hand us something new to put on our gear, we gripe, we moan, we complain, we don't want it. Because it's heavy. It gets in the way. Most of the time we deem it not necessary, and it gets thrown in a backpack somewhere. So if you're in that mentality, and I don't think pretty much anybody here is, but that seems to be a prevalent mentality, is the more gear, the better off I'm going to be. It's not true. The more training and with the proper tools, the better off you're going to be. So that's going to lead me into my next one, handguns. How many own a handgun? What was the criteria when you selected your handgun? Somebody tell me. Reliability. Next one. It was pretty. Gotcha. Somebody else. There you go. One of the trends that I've seen, and if you read gun magazines and you're in this industry, you'll see trends. There'll be the trend of everybody wants an AK-47. Then there'll be the trend of everybody wants an M4. And then with handguns, it'll be everybody wants a Glock, then everybody wants a 1911, and then everybody wants this and that. Well, when you know the industry is the people that push the magazines to sell their products, they create all these trends. So if you're a trend follower, you're going to be spending a whole lot of money, and you're going to have a whole lot of guns and still not be any better off than you was when you started. I shot the Beretta M9 in the Marine Corps. I was very good with it. I hate it. I hate that gun. It's too big to shoot a 9mm bullet. If you have one and you love it, that's fine. That's the key to it. Are you able to use your weapon? I've gone through 4 or 5 1911s, 45 calibers. I'm still waiting to find one that works all the time. If you're a 1911 fan and you've got one that works, great. I've been using a Glock 22 for the past 4 years. I've shot the same Glock for the past 4 years at work. I've shot probably in the neighborhood to 250 to 300,000 rounds through it. I've never had a stoppage. I've never had one malfunction or one stoppage. I just finally bought a Glock for myself. It took me that long, and I'm probably stupid, but it took me that long. I didn't want to jump on the bandwagon to say, you know what, I'm just going to go ahead and get one. Because they're not pretty, but they do work, and they work all the time. Another thing that people don't really, a lot of people don't take into consideration is revolvers. Anybody here own a revolver? Nice. Nice. I'm a big Smith & Wesson fan. For personal protection, for my wife, I decided to get her just a nice little J-frame 38 revolver. And personal protection does not mean I'm in a gunfight where I'm battling 20 bad guys with my handgun and I need 6 reloads. Personal protection is get off of me, bang, 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 and I'm running away. That's personal protection. Anything else is combat. If you're in a combat mindset, you're in a combat type situation where, yeah, the zombie hordes are attacking and I'm going to get all my stuff out, then yeah, if you want to have a big H&K Mark 23 45 that shoots 15 rounds, then by all means, if you can shoot it and you can tote it, then go ahead. But don't discount revolvers. They're very reliable.